Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the star of our show, Terry.
Hey everyone, welcome back to The Music and Me. I'm your host Terry, and today we are bowing down to country royalty. All hail the Queen. Now, I have a confession to make. I don't listen to a ton of country music. It's not usually my go-to genre, but there are a few exceptions to this rule, and Reba is one of them. I have always loved Reba. There's just something about her voice, her energy, and the way she tells a story that completely pulls me in every single time. Reba isn't just a country singer, she's a storyteller. She's an icon. She's a powerhouse. And she's a survivor who's built a career that has lasted for decades. Whether she's breaking your heart, making you feel strong, or bringing a little sass and drama to the stage. She does it like nobody else. So today, we're diving into her journey. The music, the impact, the moments that made her a legend, and why she still absolutely deserves that crown. So turn it up, get ready to sing along, and let's celebrate the one and only Queen of Country, Reba McEntire. Let's rewind to the very beginning, because every queen has an origin story. Reba didn't grow up in some big music city with record deals waiting around the corner. She grew up in rural Oklahoma. We're talking about wide open spaces, ranch life, hard work, and rodeos. Music wasn't some glamorous dream. It was just part of everyday life. She sang with her siblings in a group called the Singing McEntires, and they would perform at local events. A lot of that singing happened in the Choky Mountains, just surrounded by nature and family. And I love that. It wasn't about fame, it was about harmony. It was about family. It was about loving music. And then comes the moment that feels like it's straight out of a movie. She sang the national anthem at a rodeo, just doing her thing, and someone in the crowd happened to be a country artist who was so impressed that he helped her make a demo. That one rodeo performance completely changed her life. Imagine just singing at a rodeo and suddenly your whole future shifts. That's wild. But here's what I also love about her story. It wasn't instant stardom after that. Nashville wasn't just rolling out the red carpet. She had early songs that didn't chart well. She struggled to find her sound. She had to fight to be heard. It took time for her to really break through. And honestly, I respect that so much because it makes her success feel earned. She didn't just show up and become the queen of country overnight. She worked for it. She grew into it. And when she finally found her voice, oh my goodness, the world was not ready. All right, so now we get to the part where things start clicking. For a while, in the beginning, Reba was recording songs that felt safe, very traditional country. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it didn't fully show who she was yet. You can almost feel that she was still figuring it out, still growing, still searching for her sound. And then something shifted. She started leaning into stronger storytelling, bigger emotions, songs that weren't just catchy, they were cinematic, dramatic, powerful. The kind of songs where you can literally see the story playing out in your head. That's when she stopped being just another country singer and started becoming Reba. She found that sweet spot between vulnerability and strength. She could break your heart in one verse and then make you feel unstoppable in the next. And her voice? It wasn't just pretty, it was expressive. It had attitude, it had grit, it had heart. And once she found that lane, she owned it. The hits started coming. The confidence grew, the hair got bigger, which honestly feels symbolic. The bigger the hair, the bigger the star. But what really made her stand out was that she sang about real women, real struggles, real decisions, real heartbreak. She wasn't just singing love songs, she was telling stories about survival, independence, and complicated emotions. That's when she truly arrived. not just as a singer, not just as a chart topper, but as a force in country music. And from that point on, there was no stopping her. Okay, everybody, now we are at my favorite part, the music. Because this is where legends are made. This is where the crown gets earned. And we have to start with Fancy. This song is not just iconic, it's theatrical, dramatic, bold, and fearless. The storytelling is next level. You can literally see the entire story unfolding like a movie. And the way that Reba delivers it, there's strength in her voice, there's grit, there's this fire that makes you believe every word. It's a song about survival and doing what you have to do. And she sings it with zero apology. That's power. Then there's the night the lights went out in Georgia. I mean, the drama, the suspense, the twist. She leans all the way into that storytelling, and it feels almost like musical theater in a country song. It's bold and cinematic, and she absolutely commands it. This song I did mention in my storytelling episode of songs that tell stories. I don't remember which episode that is, but I can link it in the show notes if you would like to listen to it. Now, let's talk about Is There Life Out There? This one hits on a deeper level. It's about wanting more, wondering if your dreams still matter, feeling stuck but knowing there's something bigger out there for you. I love how she gives voice to women who might feel invisible. I, of course, connect with this because I often feel invisible, even now. This song is hopeful, it's emotional, it's empowering, all at once. And we can't skip Does He Love You? That duet is intense. The way the vocals go back and forth feels like an emotional showdown. You can feel the tension between the two women in the story. It's heartbreak, confrontation, and powerhouse vocals all wrapped together. And she holds her own in such a strong way. Then there's For My Broken Heart. This one feels raw. You can hear vulnerability in her voice. It's soft but strong at the same time. It's about heartbreak, yes, but it's also about surviving it. That balance of emotion is something she does so well. I also love Whoever's in New England. I was born in New England, so I love this song. The longing in the song, it's subtle but powerful. You can hear the suspicion, the heartbreak, the quiet strength. She doesn't oversing it, she lets the story breathe. And that restraint makes it even more powerful. And now, let's jump ahead to Consider Me Gone. This is confident Reba. This is I Know My Worth Reba. Decades into her career, she's still delivering songs about independence and self-respect that feel fresh and bold. It proves her staying power. And I have to mention Turn on the Radio because this one, it's just fun. It's catchy, it's upbeat, and it shows that she doesn't always have to be dramatic to shine. She can do sass, she can do playful, she can do everything. That's what makes her different. She doesn't just sing about love, she doesn't just sing about heartbreak. She sings about strength and about choices and survival. She sings about real women with real emotions. And even as someone who doesn't listen to a ton of country music, when Reba sings, I'm locked in. I feel the story, I feel the emotion, I feel the power. And that is why these songs aren't just hits, they're legacy songs. That is Queen of Country energy right there. But here's the thing, Reba did not stop at music, not even close. She said, "Oh, you think I'm just going to dominate country radio? Watch this." Let's start with her sitcom Reba. This show ran for years and she was hilarious in it. It was genuinely funny. She played a single mom navigating life, divorce, chaos, and family drama. And she brought so much heart to it all. It wasn't just comedy. There were real emotional moments too. And I love that she showed she could carry an entire TV series the same way she carries a song, with confidence and authenticity. I loved the show so much. It was so good. Then we have Broadway. She stepped onto the stage in Annie Get Your Gun, which just proves she is not afraid of a challenge. Broadway is no joke. That's live, 8 shows a week, big vocals, big presence, and she handled it. That theatrical storytelling we talked about earlier, it makes so much sense when you realize she can command a stage like that. And we cannot forget her time as a coach on The Voice. I love seeing her in that role. The Voice is one of my favorite reality talent shows. I watch it all the time. When she was on it, you could see how much she genuinely cared about the artist on her team. She's been through the highs and lows of the industry. So when she gives advice, it comes from real experience. It really felt full circle. From a girl singing at rodeos in Oklahoma to sitting in that iconic red chair guiding the next generation, that's powerful. She's also hosted award shows, appeared in movies, and just has this natural charisma that works in any setting. She can be funny, emotional, commanding, warm, and somehow she makes it all look effortless. What I love most about this part of her career is that she never boxed herself in. She didn't say, I'm just a country singer. She expanded. She tried new things. She took risks. And every time she stepped into a new space, she didn't just show up, she thrived. That's not just talent, that's star power. That's longevity. That is queen behavior. I forgot to mention her new show, Happy's Place, which is also a really good show and it's really funny, and I've been watching that one. Now let's talk about Reba's resilience. Because if we're going to call her the queen of country, we have to talk about what she survived. Reba's career hasn't just been glitter and standing ovations. She has faced real heartbreaking tragedy, including the devastating plane crash in 1991 that took the lives of members of her band. I cannot even imagine how hard that must have been. Losing people you work with, travel with, create with, that's family. And instead of letting that end her story, she honored them. She poured her pain into her music. The album For My Broken Heart came out after that tragedy, and you can feel the emotion in it. It resonated with so many people because it was real. It wasn't manufactured. It was grief, strength, and healing wrapped into songs. And that's something I admire so much about her. She doesn't hide the hard things, she walks through them. And somehow she comes out stronger. And it's not just personal tragedy, it's the music industry changing. It's trends shifting, it's new generations coming in. A lot of artists fade when that happens. Not Reba. She reinvented herself over and over again, from traditional country roots to more contemporary sounds, from radio superstar to sitcom lead, from touring legend to mentor on national television. She evolves without losing who she is. That's such a hard balance to strike. And I think that's why she's lasted for decades. She's not chasing trends. She's not trying to be someone she's not. She's growing, but she's still Reba. There's something so powerful about that, especially as women get older in the industry where sometimes they're told their time is up. Reba proved that wrong. She showed that you can continue to lead, to create, to inspire, no matter what stage of life you're in. That's not just talent, that's strength, that's resilience, that's legacy. And honestly, that's what makes the crown permanent. And now I want to talk about something that feels really important to me, her impact. Not just on country music, but on me. Like I said earlier, I don't listen to a ton of country music. It's not usually the first genre I turn on. But Reba, I have always loved Reba. Her songs, her television shows, her hosting gigs, all of it. If she's involved, I'm watching. Whether it was her sitcom Reba or his Happy's Place where she made me laugh and also feel all the emotions, or seeing her host award shows with that perfect mix of humor and class, or watching her sit in that red chair on The Voice mentoring new artists. She just shines. And what I love most isn't just the talent, it's her spirit. She has this warmth about her, this grounded, genuine energy. She feels kind. She feels real. Even with all the success and the fame and the decades in the spotlight, she still comes across as approachable. Like someone you could sit down with, have a conversation, and she would actually listen. I would absolutely love to meet her someday. I just think she would be so nice. And that's saying something because when you admire someone for this long, you hope who they are matches how they seem. And with Reba, I truly believe it would. She paved the way for so many women in country music. She proved that you can be strong and emotional, traditional and modern, funny and serious, vulnerable and powerful. And even for someone like me who doesn't live in the country music world all the time, she's one of those artists who just sticks with you. That's impact. That's influence. That's heart. And that's why she will always be the queen of country music to me. All right. Before we wrap things up, we're going to do a quick rapid fire round because there are so many cool things about Reba that we haven't even talked about yet. Are you ready? All right, let's do it. Reba was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum in 2011. That is country music royalty status officially confirmed. She has won multiple ACM and CMA awards, including Entertainer of the Year, which is huge. That's not just great singer, that's full package superstar. She sang the national anthem at the Super Bowl in 2024 and absolutely nailed it. Talk about a full circle moment from rodeos to one of the biggest stages in the world. She launched her own lifestyle brand and clothing line, proving once again she's not just an artist, she's a businesswoman too. She's known for mentoring younger artists behind the scenes, not just on The Voice, but throughout her career. So her influence goes way beyond what we see on TV. And here's a fun one. Her signature red hair, completely iconic. You see that silhouette and you know exactly who it is. All right, everybody, rapid fire complete. Take a deep breath. All right, so here's the thing. Reba isn't just successful, she's lasting. From a girl singing in rural Oklahoma, to country radio domination, to television star, to Broadway performer, to mentor in that red chair, she has done it all. And she's done it with grace, humor, strength, and heart. Even as someone who doesn't listen to a lot of country music, I will always show up for Reba. Because she's more than a genre, she's a storyteller, she's resilience, she's warmth, she's personality. She's that perfect mix of powerhouse and kindness. And honestly, the title Queen of Country isn't just a nickname, it's earned. So, if you haven't listened to her in a while, this is your sign. Go revisit the songs, watch an episode of Reba, rewatch her coaching on The Voice, just soak in the legacy. Because artists like her don't come around very often. I want to thank you so much for listening to The Music in Me. I will see you next time where we'll keep celebrating the songs and the stories and the artists that stay with us forever. All hail the Queen and peace out, everybody. This has been the Music in Me podcast. Subscribe now so you don't miss a beat.